Very big basketball game tonight here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. It's the Marshfield Tigers and Stevens.
Again, you got to find minimum of 6. If you're just tuning in every year, historically, since 1990, half the teams that make the postseason do not make it the following year. And it ain't easy to try and come up with half the teams. We're just going to go with 6
old school. It's not even easy to come up with a team, to be honest with you. 2 teams. I mean, it's not. You end up feeling pretty good about all these teams. And then you also are armed with the information of how they did in a postseason. You know, if you had asked us in the regular season, Tampa Bay Bucks, it would have been like, oh, okay. But then also you saw, you know, what they did down the stretch and what they did in a postseason, and they did put the pressure on, and Baker did look good, and like maybe he's the answer there, and I imagine
Baker's going to make some bank.
Season.
You're going to bank on Baker in Tampa.
He's going to get paid. So, you know, any of these teams, it's not that easy to count them out for next season.
So
but
if you're just tuning in,
they're going to be out, at least half of them.
Houston, Cleveland, Pittsburgh in the AFC, and I went with the Eagles, and I had to debate that one with the Cowboys. Tampa, and had to really a hard time deciding between Green Bay and Detroit, and I ended up bouncing at Green Bay. Amber, your final list was?
I did not feel comfortable having the Eagles out. I think I would take the Rams out and put the Eagles in. And keep your AFC the way that it was. Coming up next here on Amber and Ian. That made my brain hurt. What action? The New York Knicks are taking over the controversial. What action are the New York Knicks taking over that controversial ending to their game in Houston last night? We will get into that. ESPN Radio is available for you on the ESPN app.
This show and all of ESPN is streaming live on the ESPN app, featuring ESPN Plus, the streaming service powered by ESPN. From live events to original programming, download the ESPN app and sign up for ESPN Plus today. Hey, it's Evan Cohen. Coming up Wednesday, we'll continue to react to the fallout of Kyle Shanahan's decision in OT, plus another episode of the ESPN Power Rankings. It's unsportsmanlike, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, and ESPNU. Saturday on ACC Network.
There's a lot of energy here, and the team going closer to this place.
The Hokies face a tough test at Chapel Hill.
It's absolutely deadly for the Hokies.
As they take on R.J. Davis and the conference-leading Tar Heels.
Yes, that is Carolina basketball.
Keep it hardcore like it never saw. ACC men's basketball presented by Food Lion. Virginia Tech at number 7 North Carolina. Saturday at 2 Eastern on ACCN. Hey, it's Greeny, and Wednesday morning we turn our attention to the upcoming NFL Draft. The Chicago Bears are on the clock. Could they be on the verge of making the decision absolutely no one thinks makes sense? We'll explain. It's Greeny, starting 10 a.m. Eastern on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
The NHL Stadium Series brings the game outdoors for a 2-day event at MetLife Stadium. Jack Hughes and the Devils host Travis Konechny and the Flyers. Then Matt Barzal and the Islanders face off Kenny Panarin and the Rangers. The NHL Stadium Series, sponsored by Navy Federal Credit Union. Flyers Devils, Saturday at 8 Eastern. And Rangers Islanders, Sunday at 3 on ABC and ESPN+.
NBA All-Star Weekend on ESPN Radio. From the Rising Stars on Friday night. To All-Star Saturday. Then on Sunday, the 73rd NBA All-Star Game. James drive, puts it up with an emphatic right hand. The NBA's All-Star Weekend. This weekend on ESPN Radio. Presented by Indeed.
Reva's had a pretty good career. She's had 24 number one hits. You don't like it when she sings fancy?
I don't even know what fancy is.
That's her biggest hit.
Next week, a pair of road trips and a pair of wins coming back to Stevens Point. Before we dive into each game in particular, just got to wrap up.
We know the Chiefs are the favorites in the AFC, but what's going on in the NFC next year?
And two of the hottest teams in the NBA square off with plenty up for grabs.
Oh, yeah. It is Wednesday, Carlin versus Joe, noon Eastern, ESPN Radio, and the ESPN app.
Exclusively on ESPN Plus, UFC 298, Saturday. The featherweight king, Alexander Volkanovski, defends his title against undefeated Ilia Topuria. Plus, Robert Whittaker versus Paulo Costa. And Marab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo. UFC 298, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Practice for you and the guys, a sectional.
92.3 WOSQ, Spencer, Marshfield.
So good practice for that. Let's start at Rhinelander, a team with a winning.
Our physical defense kind of got them out of rhythm, and we were able to score out of our defense in multiple areas, off of rebounds, steals, and it kind of caught us into a little rhythm on the offensive end. You know, if you're able to score out of your defense at times, can kind of jumpstart your offense. So, you know, we really applied a lot of pressure on their guards, you know, trapped in some areas.
The illegal contact occurs with 0.3 on the game clock.
We, you know, held them to a lot of ones and dones and contested shots, and then offensively we were able to get it inside and score in the paint. Which, if we're taking high percentage shots in the paint, you know, your offense is gonna be able to score some points.
On Tuesday, on your way to Rhinelander, you drove past Merrill. You go to Merrill on Thursday, as you said, a conference game, a game you had to have because those rascals in Marshfield are trying to run away with the conference right now. So you had to have that one, and you did. You actually had a pretty big win. What do you attribute the kind of that big margin to on Thursday night?
Yeah, again, I think it started on our defensive end. We gave up 31 points, I think it was, and you know, offensively, I don't think we played bad. We missed a lot of shots. We didn't shoot overly well, but I thought we took great shots. They packed in a 2-3 zone, and you know, I thought we didn't settle on a lot of shots. We had open shots with guys able to score in those positions. What I did like is when we weren't shooting it well, we found some other ways to score. Out of our defense helped. And then also, you know, on the grind on the offensive half court end of not, you know, maybe passing up some early shots and seeing if we can get something at the rim, get to the foul line. And for the most part, we did on that offensive end.
So a successful week. The conference win at Merrill. There is still math available that gets you to a conference championship. You'll play Marshfield on Tuesday. We'll come back in just a minute, see if we can help Coach figure out the math to reach a conference title here in 2024 right after this.
An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin. Look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. The Stevens Point Brewery is a proud sponsor of local high school athletics. Experience the many refreshing flavors of Point Gourmet sodas. Handcrafted in small batches, each flavor is perfected for your enjoyment. From tasty black cherry cream to the world-famous Point Root beer, every bottle is in the house. Point Heating and Cooling in Stevens Point and Plover, with more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Point Heating and Cooling or visit pointheating.com. Turn your house into a home and shop home furniture. Home Furniture on Post Road in Plover. When it comes to customized apparel or your local sports team apparel, to Maida in Stevens Point. From corporate outings to outfitting your club or sports team, Maida has all you could need.
Welcome back to the John Kroll Show as we rejoin Stevens Point Panthers head basketball coach John Kroll. Tuesday at Marshfield. It's such a tight game at your place. You know, both teams with opportunities in that game. Marshfield, in the end, came away with it. What's got to go differently in Marshfield on Tuesday night?
Yeah, you're right. It was an outstanding game. You know, an awesome game to be part of. You know, it definitely was a low scoring. I think both teams are more in the 50s and 60s. You know, throughout the season. when you get into these grinder of games, every possession, you don't have as many. So we really have to be more consistent on both ends. I thought we started that game really, really well, and then we had some breakdowns on the defensive end, and they have a lot of players that can, if you break down, they take advantage of it, and they did. And it's going to be a 36-minute game. It's going to be, if somebody gets a lead, we had a little bit of a lead. They came back and forth. We're going to have to be sound on the defensive end and really understand what we're trying to do. And offensively, we gotta move the ball, and we gotta hunt outstanding shots, because, like I said, there isn't as many possessions in this type of game. And like it has many times in our last however many years, it's going to come down to the end, and those 2 or 3 plays that can change the game, we got to make sure we're ready for it.
51-47 was the final score 2 weeks ago. Had ball in hand with 15 seconds, a chance to tie. I mean, that's how close that game was, and as you've said, how close that they have been over the years. Marshfield went on to win after that game at Wausau East. That has them now 2 games ahead of both UN East in the conference standings, with just a couple of games to go. Obviously, a win on Tuesday is what you can control. And then after that, you would need Marshfield to slip against Wausau Western Merrill. Are you able to give any advice to the folks over at Western Merrill on how to beat Marshfield?
Yeah, I mean, you're right. That's what the math is. And right now we have to concentrate on what we can control, right? And that's tomorrow's game. And I wouldn't say it's a must win, but if we want a shot and keep ourselves alive in the conference picture, we got to come away with a win. What I like about this game is where it's located in our schedule. We're, a couple weeks away from the playoffs. It's going to be a playoff atmosphere, playoff type game where every possession counts. And right now, with us both having the same record, we're fighting for seeding, right? That's the next schedule. That's our next season is the playoffs. So a lot goes into this game, conference wise and seeding wise, but we got to attack it like we always have, one game at a time, and we got to make sure that we're prepared and ready to go. They're going to play well. They're at home. They have been playing well. And it's going to be a great one.
And then you'll move on to Wisconsin Rapids on Friday after. That's a team that you beat by 19 points a few weeks ago. Give us just a 10-second scouting report on Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln.
Yeah, they can score some points. They got a lot of guys that can shoot the 3, and if you allow them to catch rhythm, it seems like if one guy hits 1 or 2, everybody kind of feels like they can also hit a couple. So we're definitely going to have to guard the 3-point line out there. I think we're a little bit bigger, but we're going to have to keep their shooters in check for sure.
We'll talk to Coach about the season as a whole when we return on the John Kroll Show right after this.
Ag Country Farm Credit Services is a farmer-owned co-op offering a wide array of custom financing and financial services. Contact Ag Country in Stevens Point, 715-344-1000. Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate Group are your local Stevens Point realtors. That's Andy Hoff and Cindy LaChapelle of Hoff Favor Real Estate. Nickel Lay Bank offers personal banking at its best. Nickel Lay Bank of Stevens Point, 715-254-3400 and nickellaybank.com. For your next catering, birthday party, family night out, or just lunch on the move, make it a delicious, cheesy, Chicago-style deep dish slice from the one and the only Rocky Rococo's in Stevens Point.
Put the finishing touches on today's John Kroll Show. Coach, we talked about it a little bit, just a couple games left, and then we're into the postseason. Just think back on, that first day of practice. Everybody waits all fall, for the fall sports to end and the countdown for basketball practice. And then poof, here we are. Even if you make it all the way through, there's a month left and that's it. Just talk about the memories so far on the season with you and the boys.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. I got a great group of guys that they compete and they want to be coached really, really hard. And when you have that combination, it doesn't seem as long of a season. And like you said, it's flowing by. coming into the season, we thought we had, a lot of pieces that we could be very successful, but we had a lot of new pieces, right? So we introduced 3 new players into 4 new players into our lineup that weren't there from the previous year on Baraka coming back from injury, Carter coming in, Nick Fox sat out a year in him, and then Amon coming back out for basketball. So we didn't know how the process was going to go. How fast was it? When you add that many new players to your rotation, sometimes it takes a little while. We came out of the gates really strong. I thought we concentrated on that defensive end from the beginning, and they bought into that end, and our offense grew as time went on and hit a couple bumps in the road, and they responded really, really well. So I'm excited about this group. I'm so proud of what they've done so far this year, and I tell them every day, we don't know what this path is going to be on day one, and we still don't know what the path is going to lead to on a day like today in the season. So I'm excited about it. I know they are. They're extremely hungry, and they work every single day, and it's been fun coaching them.
Coach, it's been fun watching. We've had a great time watching your kids play this year. We're all going to go to the gym on Tuesday in Marshfield and watch. I know you mentioned that earlier, but get there early. It's a big gym, but still be a lot of people there. Conference championship implications are on the line. It'll be a full house Tuesday. Coach, best of luck. We'll see you there.
Thank you. We'll see you there.
Welcome to the Chris Fisher Show. I'm your host, Jason Zaleski, joined by Marshfield Tigers boys basketball coach Chris Fisher. Coach, kind of a mixed bag last week. You go 1-1 over in Eau Claire County. Let's first start with that the early game at Eau Claire North, a game that your guys got out to a nice lead. And then North became motivated, especially after halftime, and just kept chipping away. And you end up coming back to Marshfield with a loss at Eau Claire North. Was that a wake-up call? Was that, we're not in the playoffs yet. Was that something your guys needed?
Potentially, yes. We found out a lot about ourselves. We found out that our athletes are a lot like me, and that they don't like losing. Yeah, they hate losing more than they like winning. That was clear, but it wasn't. I don't want to call it a wake up call. It wasn't necessarily. We weren't overlooking them. We were fully aware of what Eau Claire North was capable of. Sometimes it's just really difficult to win a basketball game. Sometimes there's things and momentum swings that take place, and we did not play poorly by any stretch. Eau Claire North just played better than us. It may have been just a simple fact of them making shots and us missing shots, because neither team really turned the ball over a lot. We shot about 65% in the first half, and then 31% in the second half and in overtime. They've got a really talented team. The Roxwold kid at 6'7" is a really difficult defensive matchup for us. And he shot it well. Number 14, Besson, shot it well. They had the momentum going in that second half, and the doghouse is a really difficult place to play. And all that said, we had a really good shot at the end of regulation to win that game. This one didn't go in. We had a really good look to win it at the end of overtime. It didn't go in. So we lost to a really good team on the road, and it might just be as simple as that.
I like talking to you and other coaches about learning opportunities, because in the end, that's what these kids are doing in high school. They're learning about things. This happens to be on a basketball floor. You talked about those end game situations. Your guys have hit some of those this year. That didn't happen at North. Are those things that you can recreate in practice, or when those things happen in the game, is that all the learning that these guys need?
We do try to create late game situations within our practice periods. We'll probably go, we've got some practice time set aside, maybe 1 to 2 times a week, where we'll split our guys up and go over a late game situation. So I hoped we're all well versed in any situation that could arise. In those situations down at the end there, especially in overtime where we were down 1 or 2 possessions and had to try to get the ball back. I thought we did do that well. We attacked the basket in a couple of those situations where, we're trying to get something going downhill, maybe get ourselves to the free throw line. It just didn't work out for us. But I don't think it was, I think we were prepared for that. But again, it is difficult to prepare for the environment that you play in on the road. That crowd was pretty loud last Tuesday night. You can't really prepare for that unless you're in it. But I did think our guys responded well to that.
And then you turn around a few days later, head back to Eau Claire, this time to the south side at Memorial Gym, and come away with a pretty impressive win, 21-point win over at Memorial. Val Ramberg had a nice game as a sophomore. Are those some of your underclassmen? Are those that you kind of think about and you see somebody kind of flash like that and get hooked up on a night and gives you some more hope for the future, even though we're still in this season?
Absolutely. A lot of these guys, a lot of these underclassmen that haven't prepared or haven't had the varsity minutes yet, you're as you get deeper in the season, you start to see their maturation process a little bit. They're starting to mature for you both physically and mentally, and they're starting to get some things figured out. Maybe in the early portions of the year, the speed of the game, the physicality of the game was just a little bit too overwhelming for them. So you got to kind of pick your spots as a coach as to when you think they're going to be successful. You don't just want to put them in for the sake of putting them in. You want to put them in a game where they have some success. And, guys like Valen Ramberg and Joey Ketterer are starting to play for us a little bit more because they're gaining confidence. They're playing well. They're knocking down shots. They're figuring out how to defend. They're figuring out how to play with their teammates. And when you can do that on the road, that gives them and ourselves more confidence as we move into the future here. It was a good win for us Saturday night at Memorial, a place that's been difficult to come out of there with wins.
Marshfield Tigers closing in on a conference championship. We'll talk about that right after this. Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
It's simple, but true. Time is money. At Sherrill Tire and Service, we have over 20 mobile service trucks to get you rolling and growing again. Sherrill Tire and Service Centers, your locally owned farm tire dealer.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken has been voted best pizza in Marshfield 15 years in a row. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken is ready for your call now at 715-384-8118. Choose Drunken Chicken, BLT, Western, Mac and Cheese, Sweet Chili Chicken, and more. Plus, Scotty's has roasted chicken, fish, sandwiches, salads, and desserts. Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, 715-384-8118 and Scotty'sPizza.com.
Scotty's Pizza and Chicken, how can I help you?
Marshfield Tigers closing in on a conference championship, have a 2-game lead over both the SPASH Panthers and the Wausau East Lumberjacks. And Coach, here we have the SPASH Panthers coming to town on Tuesday, and it was such a classic game between the two of you 2 weeks ago. A win on Tuesday night gives you the conference title on against those SPASH Panthers. Emphasis on conference title coming into this one on Tuesday?
We won't. We always speak of it like it's not something that we constantly talk about. We will, we'll mention it here and there. But our focus is going to be on beating a really good Stevens Point team. Again, they're as efficient of an offensive team as there is in the state, shooting 50% from the field, 40% from the 3-point line. All 5 of their starters shoot it at over 50% from the field. Multiple guys shooting it over 40% from 3. They don't turn it over. They don't beat themselves. It's nice to think about the potential of winning a conference championship on your home floor, but you can't look at that outcome before you're there. You've got to worry about your process and practice, and you've got to worry about preparing yourselves to beat a really good team.
Mentioned the game 2 weeks ago over in Stevens Point. That was a comeback win for your guys on that Monday night. Stevens Point, about 10 seconds left. They've got ball in hand with a chance to tie that game and did launch a three with the hopes in tying it. They're obviously going to come into this one thinking that they've learned some things. How much do you need to mix it up to keep them off balance on Tuesday night?
Yeah, we're definitely going to look at some things on film from the last time we played and the games that they've played in between here. We've got to see if there's a certain technique that maybe we could exploit or take advantage of, as I'm sure they are as well. Coach Kroll and his staff are probably looking for the same thing. We know each other very well. We know each other's personnel very well. We try to gain advantages in certain areas. It's probably going to be another down to the wire affair like it was the last time. It's two really good teams that play together and play for each other. And, it should be a good game tomorrow night.
2 home games this week. After Tuesday, it's a Friday matchup against Wausau West. I'd imagine the guys are looking forward to not having to get on a bus this week.
Yeah, we haven't had time to reflect on it yet, but when the time comes to do that, looking at what our guys accomplished over these last 2.5-3 weeks here with 6 consecutive games on the road and 4 of them being in conference, going 5-1 through that stretch with that 1 loss being in overtime. If we've learned anything about ourselves over these last 2 or 3 weeks is that our guys are really connected and they enjoy the company. They enjoy the bus rides there. They also learned that winning can be really difficult, that, what we're doing is special. We may have gotten, you go on a nice winning streak and you think you're invincible and you think, you're going to come out on top every game. And when it doesn't happen, it can kind of, get you back into reality and you learn that winning is tough. I'm happy with where we're at, but I know that we've got more in the tank yet. And I know that we haven't played our best basketball yet. So that's encouraging.
Commercial break now. When we come back, we'll take a look back with Coach Chris Fisher right after this.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
We rejoin today's Coach Chris Fisher show. Coach, I think back to that first day of practice back in November. Some kids were climbing out of their deer stands, getting ready to play basketball. Think back to those early moments and all the things that you guys have accomplished and the memories that you've made along the way here so far.
Yeah, you get yourself wrapped up into a basketball season and you're always thinking about what's next. And I do enjoy thinking about, how far we've come, not just with this group, but with our program in the last 4 years. And we've got kids that have bought in and, specifically with this group, that first week of practice, you could see the talent was there, but you're always curious as to how the pieces are going to fit together. Our kids are working so hard. We ask and demand a lot of them and they're responding well. And we've got a great group of senior leaders in Brant Fries and Max Ortel and Noah Daniels. And those guys are setting the tone for us in practice. Those guys are setting the tone as to how you should behave and operate in your academic work and your behavior in school. And, they're the models of how we want our student athletes to be. These moments fly so fast. Our seniors are only guaranteed, 3 more regular season game in the playoffs. We're trying to enjoy every moment and every minute together. And we're looking forward to finish the year strong.
This week all starts on Tuesday night at home. The Marshfield Tigers host the SPASH Panthers. Coach, I know the doors open at 5. They may have to get there at 5 to find a seat. I think there's a big crowd coming on Tuesday night.
I hope so. I've always said our field house is pretty unique. It was built and designed specifically to host big crowds. It would be nice. I think if a lot of people are there and a lot of people are there from Marshfield, that would give us a tremendous advantage. That place can get pretty loud when there's a lot of people there. So it'd be great to see a lot of our fans, alumni, and community members come out and watch us. We'd really appreciate it.
Coach, we'll see you on the gym on Tuesday night.
Thanks, Jason. Roll Tigers.
From humble beginnings in 1904, the Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
High school sports is being brought to you courtesy of our broadcaster club members, including Culver's, North Central Avenue, Marshfield, a family favorite restaurant.
Those pregame comments from Marshfield Tiger basketball coach Chris Fisher. Tigers facing Stevens Point tonight in a Wisconsin Valley Conference contest here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Now the Marshfield Tiger wrestling team also in action tonight at a WIAA Division I team sectional at Menominee. In the semifinals this evening, Marshfield lost to Hudson 37-36. And so that setback ends the Tiger wrestling team season in terms of the team sectionals. Tigers do have a number of athletes competing in the individual sectional here in Marshfield next Saturday, but Marshfield losing to Hudson 37-36 in their team sectional semifinal. At the Division III sectional at Cadott this evening, the Stratford Tigers won their first round contest as they beat Shell Lake 53-27. In the other semifinal, Cumberland won its match with Marathon 61-12. And so Stratford now faces Cumberland in the sectional championship match this evening at Cadott. Also, the Division II sectional at Somerset now underway. And let's get the scores on those results as well. In the semifinals this evening, St. Croix Central beat Medford 32-12. The other semifinal matching Neilsville Greenwood Loyal against St. Croix Falls. And in that contest, the winner was St. Croix Falls by a score of 63-12. And now here is the Marshfield High School Band and our national anthem. Marshfield High School Band with our national anthem. Marshfield and Stevens Point tonight. Big matchup in the Wisconsin Valley Conference tonight. Tigers once again can clinch the outright conference championship for the third consecutive year with a win over Stevens Point this evening. Good crowd on hand. Very big crowd on hand for this ball game this evening.
Number 5, Noah Marshfield. Number 10, Grant Shenandonis. Number 11, Baraka McElwain.
Starting lineup for Stevens Point. Amon Kanapaki, 6'1" senior, averaging 6.8 per game. Carter Coombs, 6 foot senior, averaging 8.8. Noah Marshke, 6'4" senior, averaging 5.2. Grant Shadanis, 6'4" junior, averaging 16.3. And Baraka McElwain, 6'2" junior, averaging 11.6. SPASH coached by John Kroll in his 6th season, 85 wins, 47 losses, assisted by Scott Anderson and Pete Clark. Panthers are 19-2 overall and 7-2 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. Marshfield Tiger starters: Chris Pohl, 6'7" sophomore, averaging 15.7 per game. Brooks Hinson, 6'2" junior, averaging 17.9. Grant Fry, 6'1" senior, averaging 3.5. Landon Lee, 5'11" junior at 11 points per game. Ethan Connect, 6'5" junior, averaging 5.5. Tigers coached by Chris Fisher, 4th season, 58 wins, 32 losses, assisted by Brian Favorite and Jake Shepler. Tigers 19-2 overall, 9-0 in the Wisconsin Valley Conference. As we open the ball game, Stevens Point has the ball in front court to our left. Tigers open in a half-court man-to-man defense. Coombs out near the center line, gets a high post screen, but can't drive the lane. Back out top to Marshke. Backs in, goes baseline to McElwain, holds on the near wing. In the corner, Shadanis has the ball in the corner. He'll back in on Hinson, turns in the lane, leans in, one-hander up and in. Shadanis with 2, and Stevens Point leads early 2-0. Tigers on the attack in front court to our right. Landon Lee on the far wing. Picked up defensively by Carter Combs. Man-to-man defense by Stevens Point. Connect top of the circle. Wants some help out there. Bounces back near side to Hinson. Picked up by Kanapaki defensively. Lee top of the key. Goes back near side. Chris Pohl. Baseline to Hinson. Some really physical play down low. Now Hinson in the lane cut off. Outside again to Fries. Lee on the far side. Connect and Marshke with a lot of bodying down low. Now here comes Pohl on the near side. He'll back it out once again. They played 90 seconds. SPASH leads 2-0. Hinson off a screen from Connect will drive to the foul line. Stop there. Gives to Pohl, and he'll walk with the basketball. Went up for a shot, came down without shooting. Tiger turnover. SPASH leads early by 2. Point inbounding at 3/4 court. Kanapaki will toss in to Noah Marshke. He'll recross the timeline for SPASH. Kanapaki on the far wing. Back out front. Shadanis comes near side to Combs. Can't go baseline on Fries. Marshke baseline to Kanapaki. Looking down low, nobody free there. Now back out front to Combs. He can't drive. Gives to McElwain. He'll take the lane, cut off. Marshke goes baseline, short jumper blocked by Pohl and grabbed by Connect. Landon Lee comes to front court for Marshfield. Baseline Pohl, he'll drive the baseline, but turned away down low. Goes back outside again to Fries. Connect in the near corner. Can't get off the shot. Lee has it back on the near side. They swing back out top to Pohl. Fries far side. Man-to-man defense by SPASH. Fries can't drive. Goes back to Connect on the far wing. Good man-to-man defense here by SPASH. Connect baseline to Pohl. He'll turn on Combs as a size advantage there. Backs in, short jumper no good, but fouled on the shot. Pohl at 6'7", working against Shadanos gets the foul, his first. First team foul. Chris Pohl, foul line right, shooting 73% on the foul line this year. His first try is good. 15:21 remaining first half. Stevens Point leads early, 2-1. Chris Pohl, 11 points, 11 rebounds. First time these teams played. Misses the second free throw, and Connect lost the rebound. He was tied up by Marshgate. Tie ball is called on the play, and possession stays with Marshfield. Tigers retain possession. They'll inbound baseline front court. Landon Lee will trigger it in. Landon looking. Comes baseline to Hinson. He'll drive, pull up, 15-footer on the way. Off the back of the rim, no good. Connect tips the rebound out to Pohl. Now back to Connect baseline. Backing in on Shadinis. Was back outside again. Underneath Pohl, open down low for the layup. Pohl from Landon Lee. And Marshfield grabs its first lead at 3-2. SPASH back down the floor. We've played 3 minutes here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse. On the drive, Coombs in the lane. Stop down low. Back out top, McAleen. He'll back it out near side. Out front again to Combs. Swings back on the far side to Konopacki. Goes baseline inside, shoots over Pohl, around and in. Tough shot for Konopacki. He's got 2, and Stevens Point back up by 1. Marshfield on offense. Here's Hinson in the circle. Comes near side to Brant Fries. Back out top, Pohl with it. Back to Fries. He goes baseline, pulls up without the shot. Needs some help. Comes back outside again to Pohl near the center line. Once again, a mismatch there. Pohl 6'7". Marshke is 6'4". Far side, Hinson has it. Goes baseline, turned away by Konopacki. Backs into the dotted line. Turns, follow away jumper up. No good. Long rebound claimed by Coombs. Up ahead to Marshke. On the drive, he'll lay it up and in. Quick outlet for Stevens Point. SPASH leads by 3. 13:45 left in the first half. Tigers back to forecourt. Landon Lee holds on the near wing. Pohl baseline, turns, fires a 3. Good. Chris Pohl hits his 38th 3 of the year. Ties the game at 6. Now it's Stevens Point back on offense. Konopacki comes near side to McAleen. Back on the far side, Coombs with it. Baseline, Konopacki can't drive on Pohl. Back outside, Marshke holds. Now Konopacki top of the circle. Exchange with McAleen. He'll drive the lane on Fry. Short jumper off the glass. No good, and Connect in traffic. Grabs the rebound for Marshfield. Throws some elbows to maintain possession. Has it stripped loose. And the ball knocked out of bounds by a Stevens Point player. So Marshfield retains possession. Stevens Point makes a change. Nick Fox, 6'5" senior, averaging 6.3 per game, comes in for Noah Marshke. 13:02 remaining in the first half. We're deadlocked at 6 here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Marshfield ball in front court to our right. Brooks Hinson crossing the timeline. Bounces out top to Connect. Near side to Landon Lee. Backdoor feed is broken up and stolen by Stevens Point. Fox comes back across the timeline for SPASH. Holds out front. Starts to penetrate on Connect. Leans in, spins, and scores. Nice move by Nick Fox for 2. Stevens Point goes back up by 2. Tigers to forecourt. Brooks Hinson holds on the near wing. Standing dribble out top. Baseline to Fries. Can't feed Pohl down low. Now Chris in the corner. Turns on Fox. Goes back to the outside once again. Chris still with the basketball. Top of the circle, Fries. Far side, Landon Lee. Goes baseline. Can't get inside. Double team down low. Hands to Connect for the lay-in. Ethan Connect gets open down low. And Landon Lee finds him for 2. That ties the ball game at 8. We've played 6 minutes. SPASH back to forecourt. Coombs on the far side. Hands out top to Konopacki. Tigers playing half court man-to-man. Here's Fox deep on the near wing. He'll drive on Connect. Spin, fall down. And he was knocked down by a Marshfield defender. Call here on Marshfield's Ethan Connect. His first foul, first team foul. Change for Marshfield. We'll see Valen Ramberg, 6'7", sophomore, averaging 5 points per game. Replaces Ethan Connect. SPASH inbounding. Baseline front court. Pass comes back outside again to Shandonis. He'll drive to the baseline, to the free throw line. Stop there. Coombs on the far side. Hands to Konopacki, top of the circle. Starts to drive, gets inside, short jumper up and in. Nice move by Konopacki for two. And Stevens Point back up by two. Marshfield on offense. Here's Brooks Hinson between the circles for the Tigers. Backdoor feed to Landon Lee. He's in too deep. Hands the ball inside to Ramberg, who lays it in. Ramberg scores for Marshfield, ties the ball game at 10. Lee in too deep, but found Ramberg down low for the basket. Point back to front court. Coombs across the timeline. Hands to Fox on the far side. Shandonis goes back outside. Coombs deep on the near wing. Fox in the corner, picked up by Ramberg. Shandonis swings it back on the cross-court feed to Coombs. He'll go baseline, come back outside again. Fox attacks, gets inside, knocks a man down for a charge. Chris Pohl takes the charge from Nick Fox. First foul on Fox, second team foul. First Stevens Point turnover. 10:44 left in the first half. SPASH leads Marshfield 12-10. Marshfield ball. Coach Fisher inquiring about something from an official. And a couple of officials will converge here and discuss something at the scorers table. Eastern Clover Belt Conference boys basketball tonight. Greenwood at Columbus, Gilman at Spencer, Owen Withy at Loyal, and Neelsville at Colby. That Neelsville-Colby broadcast now underway on 92.7 FM WPKG. In the Western Clover Belt, Thorpe at Bloomer, Stanley Boyd is at Regis tonight. Marshfield ball, Tigers looking to take the lead. Tiger ball in front court to our right. Hinson crossing the timeline. Comes the near side, Macklin working him hard. Landon Lee deep on the near side. Back out top, Hinson open, fires a three-pointer, around and out. And the rebound claimed by Carter Coombs of Stevens Point. SPASH back to front court. Coombs goes baseline to Konopacki. Out top, Shandonis. Fox near corner, turns on Ramberg. Konopacki once again out front. A long three far side by Coombs, rims out of there. And Ramberg tips the rebound to Landon Lee. Up ahead to Hinson. And Brooks will walk with the ball. He got an awkward step with that pass and called for carrying the basketball. Change for Marshfield. Joey Ketterer, 6'2 junior, averaging 2.4 per game, comes in. And he'll replace Brant Fries. 10:03 remaining in the first half. Marshfield and Stevens Point tied at 10. SPASH inbounding at three-quarter court. Konopacki looking. Comes in backcourt to Fox. He'll cross the timeline on Ramberg. Holds to the center line. Now hands back on the near side to Shandonis. To the circle, turned away by Hinson. Near side, Coombs with it. Back out front, Fox. In the lane, cut off. Shandonis back out top. Here's a three-point try, no good. The rebound tipped loose and picked up by Landon Lee. Up ahead to Hinson. Brooks on the near side to the baseline, spins down low. And somebody a bit too aggressive. Reach incoming on Stevens Point. That call on Jaron Cease, 6'2 junior. Just came in the ball game. First foul on Cease and the third team foul. Tigers inbounding, baseline front court. Here's a lob to Hinson, high post. Near side, Lee turns, three-pointer up and in. Landon Lee with his 27th three of the year. And Marshfield goes up by 3. Tigers' biggest lead of the ball game. SPASH back down the floor. Here's Fox, top of the key. Backs out on Ramberg. Near side, Konopacki, that baseline open, and he'll be fouled. A bump by Pohl. That baseline was open. Konopacki using the left hand to get there, and Pohl had to bump him to avoid the easy lay-in. First foul on Chris Pohl, second team foul. SPASH to throw it in, baseline front court. Coombs comes near side to Shandonis. Macklin back in the corner, Shandonis on the drive, spins in the lane, cut off. Konopacki baseline for 3, no good. Rebound, however, to Fox. Stevens Point maintains possession. Shandonis can't drive. Back outside, Coombs top of the circle. Konopacki to the circle, to the foul line, leans in, short jumper up and in. Nice move by Konopacki for 2. Stevens Point back to within 1. Tigers back down the floor. Hinson can't drive. Near side Ketterer brings it back out to the near sideline. Joey now attacks, has an opening. He'll drive, stop down low. Spins it back out to Ramberg. Valen for 3, rims out of there. And Coombs rebounds for Stevens Point. Spash back to forecourt, looking to regain the lead. Coombs baseline to Fox. Now Coombs resets to the timeline, picked up by Landon Lee. Holds at the far hash mark. Can't go baseline. Back outside Fox, near side to Konopacki. He'll again go baseline on Pole. This time Chris shuts him down. Out front again to Coombs, fakes the 3, drives on Lee, gets inside. Short jumper rolls off the rim, but a foul called here on Landon Lee. First on Landon and the 3rd team foul. Free throws here. Carter Coombs, 79% on the foul line, shooting 2. First attempt is good. 8:02 remaining first half. We're tied at 13. Brant Fry's back in for Marshfield for Chris Pole. Coombs, by the way, a transfer, played last year for Waukesha West. Comes to Stevens Point this year. Gets a second free throw. And this shot is away and around and in. Stevens Point goes back up by 1. 8 minutes to play in the first half. Marshfield in the attack zone. Landon Lee on the far wing. Starts to drive. Stopped in the lane. Shovels back out to Fries. However, there's a foul called as Lee made that pass. That might be on Cease again. That is the call. Second foul on Jaron Cease. The 4th team foul. Amon Konopacki comes back in for Cease in the SPASH lineup. Tigers inbound, baseline front court, trailing by 1. Lee will throw it in. Still looking, lobs far side to Hinson. Lee gets it back at the far hash mark. Starts to drive to this free throw line. Cut off, ball slapped loose and stolen by Stevens Point. Spash back to front court. Konopacki drives, lays it in, and also foul from behind on the shot. Basket good by Amon Konopacki, showing his great quickness. Getting down the floor, basket is good. And a foul on Joey Ketterer, his first, 4th team foul. Chris Pole back in for Valen Ramberg in the Tiger lineup.
That last foul was on number 20, Valen Ramberg.
They've changed that now. That foul on Ramberg, his first, 4th team foul. Free throw on the way and good. Stevens Point by 4, 17-13, Spash's biggest lead. Marshfield to forecourt. Landon Lee on the near side. Bounces cross court to Chris Pole. Chris way outside the arc. He'll drive on Fox. Turned in the lane. Off balance shot blocked by Konopacki. Comes out long to McAleen. Stands outside the arc. Takes a 3-pointer and connects. McAleen for 3, his 16th of the year. And the Spash lead now is at 7. 7:05 in the period. This is Stevens Point's biggest lead. Tigers back to forecourt. Lee on the far wing. He'll launch a long 3-point try. It rims out of there. Pole tips the ball outside, but claimed by Cease. Stevens Point back to front court. Combs on the far wing. Fox top of the circle. McAleen. Baseline to Combs. Has no shot. Fox deep on the near wing. Combs back out front once again. Hands to Shandonis. Now Combs goes downstairs to Fox. Can't turn on Pole. He'll come back outside with it. In the corner, a 3-pointer missed by McAleen. Rebound back up by Shandonis and missed and pulled in by Pole. Tigers back down the floor. Fries baseline. Comes back out to Hinson. Brooks on the near wing. Holds the ball. Cross-court feed to Ketterer. Now Fry sets far side, back to Ketterer, far corner. Pole turns, Hinson turns down low, double team there. Was back outside with it. Lee top of the circle, near side Ketterer. Baseline Fries. Brandt ties a three-pointer. Offline. The rebound tipped outside, claimed by Ketterer. He tips it back outside to Lee. Far side Ketterer wide open for a three-pointer. It rims out of there. And the rebound claimed by Combs. SPASH by 7, 5:40 in the period. Quick first half tonight. Point resetting in front court to our right. Combs out near the timeline. Bounces high post to Shandonis. Drives on Hinson, gets inside. Baseline, Kanapaki for three. It's good. Kanapaki 12 points here in the first half. And Stevens Point leads by 10. Marshfield comes back to front court. This is SPASH's biggest lead. Lee on the drive. Cut off, comes near side to Ketterer. Joey goes baseline, wheels the baseline, spins it back out to Lee. Landon attack, short jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound to Kanapaki. 5 minutes of the period, SPASH by 10. Near side Shandonis, back outside again to Fox. Open for a three-point try, up and no good. Rebound claimed by Brooks Hinson. Marshfield down by 10, back on the attack, and Marshfield will take a timeout here. Tigers use their first timeout. 4:44 remaining in the first half. Our score is Stevens Point 23 and the Marshfield Tigers 13. Marshfield Tiger basketball on 92.3 FM WOSQ this evening. Brought to us by Citizen State Bank of Loyal, The Hearing House, St. Vincent de Paul Thrift Store, Marshfield Glass, and Arts Body Shop in Marshfield.
Need a new mattress? All Furniture in downtown Marshfield has mattresses, and you can save like never before. We have stacks of mattresses, save big on factory liquidations and closeouts, one-of-a-kind items, and mismatched fabrics. Save on special purchases and rollback pricing on two-sided flippable mattresses. Discounts on adjustable bases and even clearance pricing on floor models.
The furniture people for good home furnishings. Mall furniture where value.
Tigers inbounding in backcourt. SPASH will apply some pressure here. Hinson takes the inbound pass. Near side Ketterer, baseline to Franz. Tigers reset in front court to our right. Pole out top. At the high post, he can't back in. Backdoor feed Ketterer. Bobbles it. Goes back out to Fries in the corner. Now Pole attacks. Stop. But a hand check here. And a foul, I think, on Nick Fox.
Foul number 24, Nick Fox.
Second on Fox. 5th team foul. Noah Marshke back in for Fox in the SPASH lineup. Marshfield inbounding to the front court side of the center line. Landon Lee will throw it in. Landon looking to Ketterer, top of the circle. Hands back to Landon. We were tied at 13. Stevens Point on a 10-0 run right here. Lee on the far wing. Baseline Pole. Attacks, gets inside. One-hander off the glass, no good, and knocks a man down for a charge. Shandonis takes the charge from Chris Pole. Second foul on Pole, and the 5th team foul. Marshfield's 5th turnover. So Stevens Point right now on a 10-0 run since our last tie. We have 4:10 remaining in the first half here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. SPASH inbounding, baseline backcourt. Macklin starts out, hands back to Combs. He'll start out for Stevens Point and move across the timeline on Landon Lee. Shandonis, high post, backs in, turned away. Macklin right back out to Shandonis. Combs holds at the far hash mark. Picked up by Landon Lee. Near side, Macklin comes baseline to Marshke. Man-to-man defense by Marshfield. Shandonis near side. Kanapaki out top, he'll attack. Get inside, lean in, left-hander up and in. 14 for Kanapaki, who's averaging 6.8 per game. He's got 14 in this ball game. SPASH by 12, the Panthers' biggest lead. 3:20 in the period. Marshfield back down the floor, Fries top of the key. Hands to Pole. Can't go back door, far side Fries for 3, good. A big 3 from Brant Fries, his 20th of the year. That breaks a 12-0 run for Stevens Point. And now a turnaround 3-pointer up in. Tigers at another three. That one by Landon Lee. And now an offensive foul called on Stevens Point coming back down the floor. Suddenly the SPASH lead down to 6 on back-to-back threes. Coach Kroll off the bench. He may want a timeout here. Offensive foul here against Stevens Point.
Last foul was on.
That call made on McElwain. Stevens Point now wants a timeout. SPASH timeout there first. 2:52 remaining in the first half. Our score is Stevens Point 25, Marshfield 19.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and going on now through the end of the month, 2.9% for 72 months on all Silverado half-ton, both 23 and 24 model. 2.9 for 72 months, you heard it. Stop on in and talk to a sales consultant today.
City Hall Plaza in Marshfield, or it's easy to shop online at hefco.com. Stevens Point led by 12 moments ago. That lead now down to 6. Thanks to back-to-back threes by Fries and Lee. 2:52 remaining in the first half here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. That last foul has been changed from an offensive foul to a defensive foul on Landon Lee. His second foul, 6th team foul. So Stevens Point has the ball at the center line. Their lead down to 6 with 2:52 remaining in the first half. Shannon comes into Fox at the center line. Picked up by Ramberg. Hands back to Coombs along the far sideline. Coombs goes high post to Marshke. Backs in on pole. Turns. Goes back near side to Fox. He'll attack in the lane. Leans in. Stopped. Underhand shot partially blocked and grabbed by Pohl. Tigers on the run out. Pohl comes back out to Lee. Landed on the drive. Stops the foul line. Baseline to Pohl. Chris walks around Marshke and Marshke hooked it. Foul on Noah Marshke is his first foul. 6th team foul. Marshfield to inbound, baseline front court, 2:21 in the period. McElwain back in for Stevens Point for Fox. Connect back in for Marshfield for Ramberg. Stevens Point leads 25-19. Tigers inbounding, baseline front court. Lee comes into Fries. Brandt holds far side, back to Hinson. Brooks has not scored yet tonight. Stopped on the foul line. Back out top. Lee once again. Landon pulls it out. Baseline Fries. Can't feed down low. Lee gets it back. Skips it cross court, but over Pohl's head out of bounds. 6 Tiger turnovers. Valen Ramberg back in for Ethan Connect for Marshfield. Nick Fox back in for Stevens Point for Noah Marshke. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Stevens Point leads 25-19. SPASH inbounding a 3-quarter court. McElwain will throw it in. Finds Konopacki deep in backcourt. He hands back to Combs. And he'll walk across the timeline on Landon Lee. Bounces high post to Fox. Turns on Ramberg. Drives, stop. Is back outside again to Combs. Fakes a long 3. Now Shannon is on the near side. Right back to Konopacki. Can't drive on Fries. Cross court. McElwain in the lane. Leans in. Left-hander no good. And Pohl grabs a one-handed rebound. Hinson the front court. Brooks comes near side to Lee. Can't drive the lane. Back out top to Pohl once again. Hinson to the baseline. Leans in. Short jumper up and in. Brooks Hinson scores for Marshfield. Tigers within 4. Now it's Stevens Point back to front court. Here's Fox top of the key. Far side, Konopacki picked up by Fries. Combs Baseline to Shannon. He'll back in, pull-up jumper away, and good. Shannon with his second basket. Stevens Point by 6. Now Lee on the drive, stopped down low, and he was pushed as he makes a pass back to the outside. That call on Konopacki. His first 17th foul. Landon Lee, 84% on the foul line. Line rate shooting a 1-and-1 for SPASH, for Marshfield rather. Joey Ketterer back in for Marshfield for Chris Pohl, who has 2 personal fouls. Coach Fisher wants to protect him. Lee set. First free throw is no good. Ball on the floor and grabbed by Fox. 45 seconds to period, SPASH by 6. Panthers might play for 1 here. Konopacki into the center line. Drives on Fries, 30 seconds left first half. Stevens Point leads by 6. Combs on the far wing. Back outside again, McElheen with 22 on the clock. He'll hand back to Konopacki at the center line. Clock down to 15 seconds. Now McElheen hands back on the far side to Coombs. Clock down to 10 seconds remaining. Coombs on the drive, in the lane, leans in, shot partially blocked, gets it back, blocked again. Goes in the far corner, picked back up by Coombs, off balance 3, no good. Tipped around to Landon Lee as time expires, ending the first half of basketball here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield. Some non-conference boys basketball games being played tonight. Alberdale at Amherst. Athens at Pittsville. Appleton Xavier at Mosinee. Assumption playing at Northland Lutheran. Newman at Pacelli. Bruce at Prentice. Phillips at Tomahawk. Shawamigan at Washburn. Altoona at Medford. And Rhinelander at Shawano in non-conference.
2023 was a year of change, innovation, building something new, and teamwork. The H&S legacy is evolving, and we're carrying it forward. Designing equipment that helps farmers get the job done. Looking ahead to the future.
High school sports is being brought to you courtesy of our broadcaster club members, including Forward Bank, depositor-owned community bank, serving Clark, Taylor, Price, Wood, and Marathon counties. Member FDIC. Visit forward.bank.
Future.
Hefco Floral. In the former City Hall Plaza, Marshfield, they have been your florist since 1912. Discover the power of the flower. And I-State Truck Center, 1505 South Central Avenue, Marshfield, the one place for all things heavy truck. They know what drives you.
Sternweiss & Sons has been serving the area since 1972 with quality concrete products and landscape materials. A third-generation, locally owned and operated family business, Sternweiss & Sons strives to bring you superior products and their years of experience. Sternweiss & Sons has 2 locations to serve you, the ready-mix concrete plant off County Highway H just west of Marshfield, and the block plant in Marshfield at 400 East Arnold with masonry needs, plus landscape, chimney, fireplace, brick, stone, and tile. Sternweiss & Sons, Marshfield, you can count on them.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Starting at 10 a.m. In some sports activity this weekend involving Marshfield Tiger teams, the Tiger boys basketball team won a non-conference game on Saturday from Eau Claire Memorial by a final score of 62-41. Tigers led in that ball game by Valen Ramberg with 17 points. Brooks Hinson scored 16. Brooks now has 1,022 points for his Tiger career. Chris Pohl finished with 15 points and 8 rebounds, and Landon Lee scored 11 in that ball game for Marshfield. Marshfield Tiger girls basketball team getting set for postseason play. The Tigers competing in the WIAA Division I playoffs starting next week. Marshfield has a first-round bye on Tuesday and will move directly into the regional semifinals and take on Holman here at the Frederick Construction Fieldhouse in Marshfield Friday at 7 p.m. Our broadcast of that game begins next Friday at 6:45 on Sports Radio 92.3 FM, WOSQ, and WOSQFM.com. Should the Tigers win that game with Holman next Friday, they then play at Hudson in a regional final the following night on Saturday, the 24th. And that game also will be broadcast right here on WOSQ a week from Saturday. Some college basketball scores to report from Saturday. The W Oshkosh women's basketball team, coached by Marshfield's Brad Fisher, won its contest with River Falls on Saturday, 67-55. The Oshkosh women are now 19-4 on the season. The University of Sioux Falls women's basketball team lost on Saturday to Minnesota Duluth, 67-49. Marshfield's Danielle Minsauce had 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 2 steals in that game for Sioux Falls.
We offer high-quality natural stone granite, coached by Marshfield's Wayne Wagner,
beat Dickinson State
with
on
full
Saturday,
slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants. You'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier. Treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
For over 50 years, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield has served the area with the talent and expertise of big city dentistry with a hometown feel. With our multi-specialty staff and board-certified periodontist, orthodontist, and pediatric dentist, Dental Clinic of Marshfield has solutions for our patients of all ages from 1 to 100. We take pride in being in-network with an array of insurance companies to meet the needs of our community and our patients. No matter what your dental need, the Dental Clinic of Marshfield will be there for you.
Bauer & Find has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Find Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Fleet Farm has everything you need for every season of life. From tending the vegetable garden season to planting 100 acres of crops season. Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop. Whether it's strawberry jam season, cook your walleye season, or his first set of wheels season. Fleet Farm is built for every season. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Let your job journey begin at Express Employment Professionals. Find hundreds of employers looking for a candidate like you, all in one place at one time. And let Express Employment help connect you with your future career. With locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Marshfield, and Medford, you'll find local jobs right in your community, including direct hire and evaluation to hire opportunities. Express Employment specializes in light industrial, skilled trades, professional, and office careers. Begin your job journey today with Express Employment Professionals at expresspros.com.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
He stopped in the lane, comes back outside again. Now in the corner, Konopacki drives. His reverse layup is blocked by Pohl and grabbed by Fries. Pass up ahead, though, stolen by Shandonis. Tigers' 7th turnover. Point has the ball back in front court to our right, leading by 6. Far side, McAleen. Near side, Marshke outside the arc. Connect giving him some room. Far side, Macklin down low is turned away. In the lane, Konopacki, one-hander, no good. Pohl there for the rebound for Marshfield. Tigers back on offense, trailing by 6. Pohl out front, goes downstairs to Connect. Bounces back outside to Lee. Landon goes baseline, gets inside, lays it up off the glass and in. 2 for Landon Lee. Stevens Point by 4. Early second half. Point on offense. Coombs comes out top to Konopacki. Picked up by Pohl. He's back near side. Coombs with it. Downstairs, Marshke spins on Connect. Leans in, left-hander up and in. Tough left-hander for Noah Marshke. Again, Stevens Point by 6. Tigers on offense. Each team playing man-to-man defense tonight. Landon Lee far side off a screen from Connect. Goes baseline. Turned away. Back out top, Fries for 3, up and no good. Connect fighting for the rebound, but tipped to Marshke. Point ball. Coombs back in the front court for Stevens Point. Hands to Marshke. He'll drive on Connect. Turned away. Konopacki comes back outside again, and Combs resets the offense. Macklin on the far side. Shandonis, top of the circle. He'll drive on Hinson, and Brooks may have held him. Brooks Hinson gets the foul. His first team foul. Point to inbound at quarter court, leading by 6. 15:55 remaining in regulation time. McAleen takes the inbound pass, comes back across the timeline on Fries. Hands to Shandonis. Baseline, McAleen has it back again. Drives, cut off. Gives to Konopacki, spins back outside again. Again, Macklin in the lane. He slips, maintains possession, puts up an off-balance shot and misses it, and then tips the ball out of bounds. But it was last hit, I believe, by Connect. SPASH to maintain possession. And Stevens Point will inbound. Baseline front court. Combs will look. Near side, Konopacki. Back to Combs on the near side. Pulls up a long 2 on the way and good. Lee fell down on the play. So Combs unguarded for 2 and Landon still hobbled. Says he's okay. Stevens Point by 8. Marshfield back to forecourt. Brooks Hinson, far hash mark. Picked up by Konopacki. Picks up his dribble. Finds Fries along the far baseline. Now pull inside to connect. Back outside Hinson. Brooks only went 1 basket tonight. Takes a 3 here and misses. And Macklin rebounds for Stevens Point. Ahead to Combs, front court to Marshke. He's back outside again. Macklin baseline turned away by Fries. Far side, Marshke goes baseline on connect. And Ethan kind of collared him as he drove the baseline. Foul coming on Ethan Connect. His second foul, second team foul. Point brings back Nick Fox for Baraka McAleen. 14:46 remaining. And Point leads 31-23. Point inbounding, baseline front court. Combs looking. Lobs far side to Fox, back out top Marshke. Combs has it back. Fakes the 3, gives to Marshke. He'll drive inside. Ball stripped away from behind and out of bounds. Clean strip. But Stevens Point retains possession. Point change here. Jaron Cease back in for Noah Marshke. Marshfield to make a change also. Joey Ketterer for Ethan Connect. 14:38 remaining. Point leads 31-23. Stevens Point inbounding, baseline front court. Coombs will throw it in. Far side of 3 by Shannon is on the way, no good. Standing rebound for Brooks Hinson. Brooks to front court. Starts to drive, cut off on the far side. Ketterer deep in the far corner. Hands back outside to Pole. Chris can't take the lane. He'll back it out for Lee on the near side. Pole far side, outside the arc. Here's Fries on the near side. Konopacki really guarding Hinson. A long 3 by Fries missed, but the rebound tipped outside to Ketterer. Tigers retain possession. Lee on the drive is cut off. Short jumper in the lane. Ho is good for Landon Lee. Lee with 10 in double figures for the 14th time this year. Marshfield within 6. Spash rushing to front court. Konopacki comes out top. Fox with it, top of the key. Far side, Combs has the basketball. Downstairs, Shannonis, short jumper rolls in. Shannonis gets Roos for 2. Again, Point by 8. Tigers back on offense. Lee has it stripped loose and taken away by Combs. Clean steal. Point to front court. Combs all the way down the floor. Ball knocked away from behind by Lee. It's on the floor and tipped outside. And Stevens Point lost it again. Now here's a collision in front court. The officials say play on. And so Lee comes to front court for Marshfield. Landon holds at the far hash mark. Wants a high post screen from Pole. Is back on the near side. Now lobs up a 3-pointer. It's good. Landon Lee with 3 threes in this ball game. Marshfield back to within 5. Stevens Point back on the attack. Shannonis in the corner, picked up by Hinson. Is back near side Combs. He'll drive inside. Off balance shot up and in. Tough shot for Carter Combs for 2. Point by 7. Marshfield back to forecourt. Landon Lee, top of the circle. Starts to penetrate, gets inside, turned away. Hinson, he'll attack to the dotted line. Lean in, scoop shot up and in. Tough shot for Brooks Hinson. Only his second basket tonight. We now have a timeout on the floor. Timeout charge to Marshfield. 12:18 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Stevens Point 35, Marshfield 30. You're listening to
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family. Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. it's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Stevens Point coming length of the floor, leading by 5. Carter Coombs starts out. He'll come across the timeline on Landon Lee. Stands out near the center line. Picks up his dribble, finds Marshke near side. There's a back out front, hands back to Konopacki. Holds outside the arc, can't drive on Ketterer. They swing far side, Marshke can't go inside. Coombs directing traffic on the far wing. Still holds, brings it back out top again. Man-to-man defense by Marshfield. Konopacki to the baseline. Cross-court feed to Marshke, out top Shedinas for 3 on the way and short. And Landon Lee in there for his 5th rebound. Tigers down by 5, back on the attack. Ketterer top of the key. Ball slapped in the backcourt and grabbed there by Hinson. He's then roll blocked, but gives it back outside to Ketterer. Tigers retain possession. Lee comes back across the timeline. Lines up a long 3 up and it rims out of there. And Shedinas rebounds for Stevens Point. Point back on the attack, leading by 5. Shedinas comes out top again to Fox. Can't drive, goes far side to Marshke. Near side, Fox with it. Now Coombs down the lane, leans in, hands inside for a short jumper, up and in by Shedinas. Stevens Point leads by 7, 10:45 remaining. Marshfield back in the attack zone, Hinson far hash mark. Now drive out top, comes near side to Lee. Landon gets inside, cut off, far side Fries. Brandt for 3 on the way and good. Brandt Fries hits his second 3. Marshfield back to within 4. Here comes Stevens Point back to front court. Konopacki near the timeline. Near side Shedinas in the lane, cut off there. Back outside Fox can't drive. Marshke holds the ball on pole. Hands back to Konopacki. Shedinas, far wing on the attack in the lane, cut off. Marshke baseline, a 3-pointer away and no good. Tipped around by Ketterer, out of bounds. And last hit by a point defender. Valen Ramberg back in for Marshfield. Baraka Makalin back in for Stevens Point. 10 minutes to play in regulation time. Stevens Point leads Marshfield 37-33. This game tied at 13, then Stevens Point with a 12-0 run. They've led ever since. Tiger ball, front court to our left. Lee between the circles. Standing dribble. Pulls it out. Now bounces out top to Ramberg. Valen gets inside. Stopped. Baseline to Lee. Landon get a shot off. Goes back outside to Pole. Chris attacks. Stopped on the foul line. Outside. Hinson for 3. Good. A long 3 for Brooks Hinson. His 46th of the year. Marshfield back to within 1. 9:25 remaining in regulation time. Point to front court. Combs backs it out into the timeline. Shedinas, far side hits Konopacki. He'll go baseline and drops the ball out of bounds. Tried to drive on Fries and lost it. Only the 4th SPASH turnover tonight. And Stevens Point wants a timeout here. SPASH timeout, their second. 9:07 remaining in regulation time. Our score is Stevens Point 37 and Marshfield 36. We'll return for more basketball in just a moment.
Tonight's game brought to you courtesy of
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,000. See your local Kubota dealer today.
Your local Kubota dealer is Chili Implement, located 1 mile north of Highway 10 in Chili.
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Brooks Hinson will start up the floor. Brooks held to only 7 points so far tonight. He'll cross the 10-second line, come to Fries out front. Picked up by McElling. Lee on the far wing, gets a screen from Ramberg. Hands back to Hinson once again. Stevens Point really tightening the defense now. Here's Lee on the drive, inside, short jumper, banked up and in. Landon Lee for 2, he's got 15. Marshfield leads by 1. 8:35 remaining in regulation time. It's point to front court. Near side Shandonis on the drive. Back outside Marshke. It's Coombs, top of the circle, McElin. Can't drive on Ramberg. A long 3 by Shandonis on the way, no good. And a high rebound claimed by Coombs. Grabs it back, lost it. It's on the floor in the corner, grabbed by Lee. He then lost it. And we have a push here and a foul called on Stevens Point in that scramble. Landon Lee fighting for that loose basketball. And the foul called on Carter Coombs of Stevens Point, his first, only the first team foul. Marshfield by 1 with 8:13 left in regulation time. And the Tigers on the attack in front court to our right. Hinson, far hash mark. Picked up by Coombs. Pole comes near side to Landon Lee. Here's a long 3, no good. Ball in the corner and tracked down by Ramberg. And then Valens run down by Konopacki. Good hustle by Valen Ramberg, and Konopacki ran through him, looking for the loose basketball. Second foul on Konopacki, second team foul. Marshfield to inbound, sideline front court, 7:56 remaining. Marshfield leads 38-37. Lee to throw it in. Landon looking out top to Hinson. Works off a screen from Pole. Still holds, starts to drive in the lane. Stop, leans in, short jumper, up and in. Hinson scores it. Marshfield leads by 3. Point comes back to front court. Shandonis comes near side. Exchanges with Coombs. Konopacki back out front. Holds on Fries. Marshke far wing. Back to Coombs. He'll fake the 3. Can't drive the lane on Lee. Near side. Konopacki with it. He'll pass inside to Shandonis, and he gets bumped and fouled by Hinson to prevent a basket. Second foul on Hinson. Third team foul.
Foul number 5, Brooks Hinson.
We may have a spot of blood on Brooks Hinson. Officials asking him to leave. Get that taken care of. 7:19 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads 40-37. Joey Ketterer comes in to replace Brooks. Grant Chadanos on the foul line for Stevens Point, shooting 2. 76% foul shooter for the year. And his first attempt is going to rattle out. 7:19 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads 40-37. Chandanos gets one more for Stevens Point. And this free throw is good. Marshfield leads by 2. Landon Lee taking his time. He'll come across the timeline. Harassed by McElleen, heads for the far side. Drives to the circle, turned away there. Here's Ramberg on the near wing. Cross-court feed Ketterer. Far side Lee at the hash mark. Ketterer back out front, comes to Pole near side. Picked up by Marshke. Still holds, back out top to Lee. Tigers taking their time. Ramberg baseline, leans in, cross-court feed to Ketterer. Holds in the far corner. Joey back at the hash mark. He'll drive on Konopacki, backs in, stop down low, lobs back outside again to Lee. Long possession here for Marshfield. Lee wants a screen from Pole, now starts to drive, cut off, takes a long three, hits it. A very long three for Landon Lee, who now has 18 points. Marshfield leads by 5, their big second half lead. A SPASH ball. McElleen on the far side, picked up by Ramberg. Combs between the circles. In the corner again, a three by McElleen up and in. 2 threes for McElleen tonight. Marshfield lead down to 2 with 6 minutes to play. Tigers back on the attack. Lee across the 10-second line. Gets a screen from Pole. Can't return the pass. Comes to Ketterer, right back outside to Lee. Near side, here's Chris Pole. Goes baseline and blocked and fouled by Marshke. Second foul on Noah Marshke, 3rd team foul. Brooks Hinson back in the ball game for Marshfield with a different uniform since he has blood on the first uniform. He'll now wear uniform number 34. 5:45 remaining. Marshfield leads 43-41. Also Marshke out and Fox back in for Stevens Point. And we may have a Stevens Point man with some blood. Carter Coombs is leaving. And so Jaron Cease comes in to replace him. Joey Ketterer checking in for Marshfield. Joey comes in.
Number 2, Joey Ketterer in the Tiger line.
And he'll replace Landon Lee, at least momentarily. Tigers inbounding, baseline front court, leading by 2 with 5:46 left in regulation time. Good thing Marshfield has a spare uniform. Hinson to throw it in, near side to Ketterer. Back outside Ramberg on the drive, backs in. Back in the corner, Fries. He can attack, tries again. Spins, comes back out to Hinson. Brooks on the far wing, off a screen, pulls up without the 3. Fries far corner. Ketterer way outside the arc, holds the ball. Comes near side to Ramberg. He'll attack to the foul line, stop there. Now Chris Pole, top of the key. Swings back to Fries on the near side. To the foul line, can't get down the lane. Good man-to-man defense here by Stevens Point. Hinson has it back, top of the circle. Poked at by Cease. He'll drive the foul line, stop there. Near side Ketterer, Joey for 3 on the way, off the rim, no good. Rebound to McElleen of Stevens Point. Spash can tie with a basket, 4:50 left in regulation time. McElleen near side to Fox. Swings far side, the ball tipped in the backcourt by Hinson, but he falls down and reclaimed by Stevens Point. Shannon is far side, and here's an offensive foul on Stevens Point. An elbow thrown somewhere. That's off the ball and called on Jaron Cease. His 3rd foul, 4th team foul. He leaves and Combs back in. Landon Lee back in for Marshfield, and Joey Ketterer is out. 4:40 remaining in the second half, and Stevens Point trails Marshfield 43-41. Tigers back on offense. Lee takes the ball across the 10-second line. Stands in the center circle with it. Far side to Chris Pole. Chris quiet since early in the ball game. Baseline Ramberg for 3, good. A very big 3 for Valen Ramberg from the corner, his 17th of the year. Marshfield back up by 5. Point ball, 4:10 to play. In the lane, Marshke, short jumper blocked, but a foul called on this play. Call coming against the Tigers. It'll be on Brant Fries, I believe. First on Brant, 4th team foul. Grant Chananis back on the foul line, and he'll shoot 2 for Stevens Point. Chandanis now has scored 20 points or more 15 times in his SPASH career, including 6 times this year. He's been held to 9 so far tonight. There's apparently a wet spot on the floor. The officials want to take care of that. 4:08 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads 46-41. Basketball tonight on 92.3 FM WOSQ, brought to us by Forward Bank, Remax American Dream Realty, Doctors Care MD of Colby and Abbotsford, Trudeau Construction, and Poor Choices of Marshfield. Wet spot on the floor near the foul line. In the forecourt to our right, once again, we were tied at 13 in the first half. Stevens Point then scored 12 straight points. Grabbed a 12-point lead. Marshfield has fought back since. The Tigers now lead by 5 with 4:08 remaining. And those team wrestling sectional scores. At Menominee, Marshfield lost tonight to Hudson, 37-36. At Somerset, Neilsville Greenwood Loyal lost to St. Croix Falls, 63-12. Medford lost to St. Croix Central, 32-12. Chandanis shooting 2. His first free throw is short. 4:08 remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads 46-41. Chandanis shooting one more free throw. Away and around and out. And Ramberg with a big rebound for Marshfield. Tigers have the ball, leading by 5 with 4 minutes to play. Marshfield to front court. Lee along the far sideline. Holds on the wing. Baseline pole. Back to Lee at the far sideline. Tigers have the ball in a 5-point lead. Lee on the drive. Short jumper in the lane, partially blocked, and comes to Chandanis. Point ball with 3:40 left. They trail by 5. Coombs on the attack. Gets inside. One-hander goes up. It rolls out, however, and Ramberg rebounds for Marshfield. Good scoring chance there for Stevens Point, but they still trail by 5 with 3:25 remaining. Tigers to forecourt. Landon Lee along the near sideline. Out near the center line, holds the ball. 3:15 left. Marshfield by 5. Lee gets a high post screen from Pole, drives the lane, cut off. Comes back outside Ramberg. Valen has it stripped loose. Stolen away by Konopaki, then taken away again, but a foul coming here on Marshfield on the re-steal. Marshfield foul. That's on Brant Fries, his second foul.
Foul number 10.
15 fouls. Point to inbound, sideline front court. 3:03 remaining in the second half. Marshfield leading 46-41. They'll now move Combs and have him inbound baseline front court. Now they move him back again. He will inbound at quarter court. Konopaki will throw it in to Coombs in backcourt. He'll recross with 3 minutes to play. Coombs stands out to the center line. Man-to-man defense by Marshfield. Far side, Fox has the basketball. In the corner, McAleen dumps it inside to Konopaki. Short jumper rolls in, and he's fouled as well. Konopaki now with 16, but that's his first basket of the second half. Basket is good. And the foul on Brant Fries. Third foul on Brant, 16 foul. Konopaki, foul line right, attempting a three-point play. He is a 72% foul shooter for the year. Shot is away, and it rolls out of there. Ball in the corner, on the floor, picked up by Ramberg, and then a tie ball called as a SPASH man grabs the basketball as well. But possession will go to Marshfield. Ramberg with 4 rebounds. They've all been big tonight. Tigers make a change, bring back Joey Ketterer for Valen Ramberg. 2:41 left in the second half, and Marshfield on top, 46-43. Stevens Point to apply full court pressure. Ketterer takes the inbound pass, hands back to Lee. Tigers back on offense in front court to our left, leading by 3. Lee facing a double team. He'll cross the timeline. needs some help along that far sideline. Ball comes free, picked up by Hinson. He'll love it back outside. Ketterer grabs it over the shoulder, hands back to Lee. Skips it near side to Fries. SPASH pressure very intense here. Fries on the near wing, hands back outside to Hinson. And Brooks is hooked and fouled by Coombs. Second foul on Carter Coombs. Fifth team foul. Clock down to 2:13 remaining. Marshfield leads 46-43. Tigers inbounding at quarter court. Lee will throw into backcourt for Hinson. Brooks harassed by McAleen. He reaches in, tips the ball out of bounds along the far sideline. McAleen hit it last. Marshfield retains possession. Tigers in inbound at three-quarter court, leading by 3 with 2:06 remaining. Ketterer looking into backcourt to Lee. Landed harassed by Coombs. Starts back up the floor. Crossing the 10-second line on the near wing, facing a double team. Hands the pull in the lane. Chris slobs it back outside to Hinson. Very aggressive man-to-man defense here by SPASH. 1:45 left. Lee harassed out top. Slapped loose. And a foul coming on Stevens Point. SPASH a bit aggressive there. Stevens Point foul here. It's on Konopacki, his third. 6-team foul. Marshfield still not in the bonus. Tigers inbounding. Sideline front court. 1:42 remaining. Ketterer will throw it into backcourt to Hinson. Brooks facing a double team. He'll now cross the timeline. Hand to Lee. Landon back out top. Facing double team pressure. Comes to the near sideline. Hands back to Hinson. And Brooks is hit from behind on a drive and fouled. Tigers get free throws here. That call is on Coombs. His third. 17 foul. Tigers go to the bonus with 1:27 left in regulation time. Brooks Hinson shooting 84% on the foul line. Has a 1-and-1 for Marshfield line left. Brooks ready. First free throw is good. Brooks with 10 points tonight. 1:27 left in regulation time. Marshfield leads 47-43. And we have a Stevens Point timeout. Point will use its third timeout. 1:27 left in the second half. Our score is Marshfield 47, Stevens Point 43. And more basketball in just a moment. Tigers open up a 7-point lead, their biggest. Point rushing to front court. Pass in the lane to Konopacki. He'll drive and score. And Stevens Point gets a quick timeout here. SPASH timeout. Their fourth timeout. 41 seconds remaining in regulation time. And our score is Marshfield 50, Stevens Point 45. Once again, those team wrestling sectional scores tonight in Division 3 at Cadott. Stratford beat Shell Lake 53-27. Marathon lost to Cumberland 61-12. Stratford facing Cumberland in the sectional final. At the Division 1 sectional at Menominee, Marshfield lost in the semifinals to Hudson 37-36. At the Division 2 sectional at Somerset, Neilsville Greenwood Loyal lost to St. Croix Falls 63-12. Medford lost the other semifinal to St. Croix Central 32-12. 43 seconds left in regulation time. Marshfield leads by 5, coming length of the floor. Fries will throw it in. Hands to Hinson. And a foul on the inbound play. Brooks may have been held on that play. Call coming here, I think, on Carter Coombs. That's 4 fouls on Coombs. And Brooks Hinson back on the foul line for 2 more. Marshfield once trailed this ball game by 12. They now lead by 5. First free throw for Brooks Hinson is good. 43 seconds remaining in regulation time. Marshfield leads 51-45. Hinson scored 20 the first time these teams played. He now has 14. His second free throw is also good. Tigers by 7 with 40 seconds to play. Spash rushes to front court. Short jumper in the lane missed by Coombs, rebounded by Hinson, and Brooks is fouled on the breakout. And a call on Konopacki, his first. And Brooks Hinson back on the foul line for 2 more. Point led by 6 at halftime. Since then, Marshfield's outscored Point 31-18. Two free throws for Brooks Hinson. First shot is up and rolls in. 36 seconds to play. Marshfield on top, 53-45. This is Marshfield's biggest lead. Hinson with a second free throw. He fires, and this one is short. Kept alive by Fries. Loose on the floor and picked up by Fries. Comes out long, and there's a foul on the scramble, and that might be against Stevens Point. Fries fighting for that rebound, draws contact, and a Spash foul. That call on Chandonis, his third. Brant Fries back on the foul line. He'll shoot 2. With 32 seconds remaining. First free throw by Brant, no good. Now 1 point, Stevens Point led this game 25-13. Since then, Marshfield has outscored Spash 40-20. Second free throw for Brant Fries. Away and good. Tigers by 9. 30 seconds to play. A long 3 on the way from Coombs. Missed, goes out of bounds off the shooter. So Marshfield with a win will go to 10-0 and win its 3rd consecutive outright Wisconsin Valley Conference Boys Basketball Championship, something Marshfield has never done before this span. They never won 2 in a row until these last 2 years. Lee takes the inbound pass, hands back to Hinson. Stevens Point not in a hurry here. Fries takes a long pass in front court and just holds the ball. And the players start to mill around, 13 seconds left. Stevens Point players begin to leave the floor as Fries dribbles around in front court. Clock down to 5 seconds left, and the Marshfield Tigers will clinch their 3rd consecutive Wisconsin Valley Conference Boys Basketball Championship. Our final score this evening, the Marshfield Tigers 54, Stevens Point Panthers 45. Back with a full recap on our postgame report in just a moment.
High school sports is being brought to you courtesy of our broadcaster club members, including Quality Roofing Marshfield.
Need a new mattress? Mall Furniture in downtown Marshfield has mattresses, and you can save like never before. We have stacks of mattresses, save big on factory liquidations and closeouts, one-of-a-kind items, and mismatched fabrics. Save on special purchases and rollback pricing on 2-sided flippable mattresses. Discounts on adjustable bases and even clearance pricing on floor models.
The furniture people for good home furnishings. Mall Furniture, where value is yours.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet GMC, and going on now through the end of the month, 2.9% for 72 months on all Silverado half-ton, both 23 and 24 model. 2.9 for 72 months, you heard it. Stop on in and talk to a sales consultant today.
2023 was a year of change, innovation, building something new, and teamwork. The H&S legacy is evolving, and we're carrying it forward. Designing equipment that helps farmers get the job done. Looking ahead to the future of farming while staying true to the values that have brought us this far and made us who we are today. H&S. Strong heritage, strong people, stronger future.
Central Wisconsin Glass is Central Wisconsin's choice for your next new or remodeled shower and bathroom. The experts at Central Wisconsin Glass will effortlessly guide you through the design and installation process. Have the elegant and modern shower and bathroom you've been looking for. Call Central Wisconsin Glass at 715-387-8010. That's 715-387-8010. And Central Wisconsin Glass on Facebook for your residential, commercial, and vehicle glass needs.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Guys, you got me? Sound check, we got me? Sound check, 2-1, sound check, 2-1. Chris Fisher joining us soon in the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. We'll also be joined by Max Ortel, Noah Daniels, Brant Fries. 1, 2, 3 seniors being told Coach Chris Fisher and our Marshfield senior class joining in today's Nasonville Dairy post-game show. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily. NasonvilleDairy.com. After those interviews, we will also show you the net cutting ceremony. The Marshfield Tigers will cut the nets here as conference champions in the 2023 and 2024 season. There are regular season games left, 2 of them, but Marshfield now with a 3-game lead with 2 games to play, conference champions here on this Tuesday night from the field house in Marshfield. So we await the guys to come out of the locker room. Should be out very shortly, so you can have a nice time just staring at me, and then as soon as they come out, we will kick off this Nasonville Dairy postgame show full throat in just a moment or so. It's a thing. Welcome to the big time.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's Fat Bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Hello, I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor, Next Home Hub City. If you're a first-time home buyer or seller, or you've been around the block, because of my experience, I'm able to help you in the most efficient way. I'm a full-time, full-service realtor. I focus on my clients 100%. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
Right here, Coach. We're kind of just staring off blankly into this way here. Yeah, yeah. Yep, yeah.
Max, no, come on. Brant. You guys come behind us.
Yep, there we go. Just like we did over in Stevens Point. This side back here. Yep.
I want the three seniors in front here.
Yep.
We're facing that camera right up there.
So seniors can stand right next to me right here. Okay. All right, we ready, Caden? Caden says ready. Nasonville Dairy postgame show now. Coach, conference champion here in 2024. Congratulations. A great achievement.
Thank you, Jason. I love our guys. I love this team. They're so enjoyable to be around. They just made winning plays down the stretch. Once again, Point had us down, and things didn't look good. And we made a big play in the middle of the first half there where we hit a three, and Joey got a steal, and then we knocked down another three to kind of get us back on the flow. Then the second half, once we got the lead again, we just kept fighting. We just kept playing, knocked down big shots, made just enough free throws at the end of the game, and got big-time rebounds and stops at the end.
24-8 coming down the final stretch. When you look at film tomorrow, that's what you'll see. Tell us about kind of that stretch run and a big number, 24-8, to win it here tonight.
You know, we found a group of five that played really well for about 4 to 5 minutes, and to be honest with you, we made a lot of substitutions tonight, so I don't know who was a part of that five, but I do know that we didn't make a sub for a couple minutes there because the five that we had on the floor were really playing well together. Very connected offensively, very connected defensively. It was a nice stretch for us down in winning time.
Scored off against these guys 2 weeks ago. Very similar game here tonight.
Yes, it was. There's not a lot of surprises when we play each other. We know each other very well, and they had a couple of guys make some big shots for them early, step up and play, but then we did too, and we made just enough plays down the stretch to win it.
Congratulations, Coach, and good luck on Thursday at Wausau West.
Thanks, Jason. Roll Tigers.
There we go. All right, guys, we got our three here, Brant, Noah, Max, our three seniors. We'll start here with Brant, just winning a conference championship in your senior year. Tell me about that.
It feels good. That's what we worked for all year.
Yeah, same right down the line here. Same question. Senior year.
It's fun. Feels good to win.
Yeah. And then Max, you got everybody here watching. I mean, look at it. What happened back here, man? Who are all these people? Yeah, senior year, right? You get to come out and get a conference championship.
It's crazy. I mean, we've been playing since kindergarten, so it's just crazy all the work we've put together, and yeah.
Yeah, long time. I don't know how much you heard me talking to Coach, but 24-8 coming down the stretch. Defense again ruled the day for you guys. Bring home the conference championship here this year.
Yeah, we work on it every practice. That's our main goal, and we play team defense, and that's what it takes to win.
So Noah, I mean, what's next? I mean, obviously there's a game Thursday night, but you know, what's next? What's the goal now?
Practice tomorrow. We got to get better still every day to improve, and then game Friday.
Yeah. Is it Friday? Did I get that wrong?
Yeah,
Friday at Wausau West. I told Coach it was Thursday. I hope he doesn't show up at West on Thursday. Oh, and it's here. Boy, that would suck. I'm going to West on Thursday. Totally. Okay, I got too many things going on. Yeah, and then, you know, Max, just, you know, tell us a little bit about, you know, things that you do to help, you know, prepare these guys and get everybody on the right page come game day.
I mean, mainly it's just the energy guy. I don't get the most minutes, but I make sure that they're locked in and ready to go and boost them whenever they're down.
Yeah, okay. All right, Noah, I'll give you the microphone since you're the man in the middle. Just kind of look up at the scoreboard. I don't know, whatever you guys want to say.
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah, maybe do a little rehearsal first or something. Make sure we get it right. What should we say? I don't know. You're the seniors.
We are the seniors and we're in the house.
Okay.
All right.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
We are the seniors and we're in the house.
Oh my God, Noah Daniel!
Go cut the nets down, guys. Net cutting ceremony coming up now for these conference champion Marshfield Tigers. All right, we're going to show this for the next 10 minutes, guys. Keep on showing it. There you go, huh? From that couple.